My name is Beth Sinclair. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we're going to do these two cards this evening. These cards, with all the things you got that come with it, are all in our new mini catalog that just came out the 1st of July. Now, the stuff the suite I'm using is this one. It's called Lights Aglow. Okay, and I do a lot with the foil and the well, not so much the glitter on these cards, but I have the foil that I use on this too. So just so you know where that came from. And also I got the gems and this and the ribbon, although I didn't do the ribbon on this card, and a lot of the paper here we're using. Okay. All right, we're going to start. We're going to do the little one that's a little easier first. It's this one. This is the evergreen evergreen color, and I really should put the whole word on my note because now I'm evening evergreen. Got it. That was another E. Evening evergreen cardstock. Okay, both of my cards are the 8.5 by 5.5, and I score them at 4.25. That's the size. And this one's going to be a vertical card. All right, on this card, you take the card base, which we've got here. And what I did is I cut out 2 pieces of paper from the little strips on the side. This one measures 1.25 by 5.5. Okay, and then this one is 1 by 5.5, so that they match together, and they will go on the side of the card. Okay. Next, I cut out a snowflake with the designer paper. The snowflake, I should show you the dies. These are very, very neat. This is the snowflake dies. Okay, I just did the outside of it. I didn't do the inside. I just did the outside for that. And yeah, and I also used this die. Now this large round one, that comes from my circle dies. Circle dies. I have one in here because I use that with that because this doesn't cut out the whole circle. It just does the inside part. So I put that around there, and then I get the entire circle in that one. And then on this one, I've got 2 of mine for my circle dies because I use that and for this, so that I can get them cut out so they're rounded and they fit inside the rest of the dies. When I'm done using the Christmas dies, of course, they'll go back to where they belong. But for now, so I don't have to go through and try and remember which ones I used, that's what I'm doing. All right, that's those. Another thing I want to show you is stamp sets. This is the snowflake that I used on both of my cards. And then here's some of the greetings that I used on both of my cards as well. All right, so we've got this, we've got this. Next thing, I've got the joy, and I've got this one. That's what the other circle was for, because when I put it through here, after I punch out my little dots, you got the red showing around the edges. Then I've got 2 snowflakes. These snowflakes I stamped in cherry cobbler to go with the whole cherry cobbler on the color, to get it to match color-wise. Okay, now I'm going to put this one together, and then we'll talk about the other one. Now we got all this. First things first, find that little thing and bone folder. Make sure it's a nice tight little bend. Then we're going to put this here because I want my mat. This is my little saver so I don't get glue on my surface. Actually, I'm going to glue this one. Okay. When you do that, make sure there's nothing off the edges. And then I'm going to put this on here. Now, the pattern has little dots on it that match the papers, including a little gold dot. And it doesn't really matter if this strip is horizontal or vertical. The first time I made the card, it was vertical. Now today, my leftover made it horizontal, but it doesn't make a difference. See what I mean? Way the stripes are going. All right. So this one, I'm going to adhere to the side of the card. And I like just leaving a tiny bit of green on the edge. There we go. Next, I'm going to take this and we're going to put it right there. Put a little bit of glue on that. Now this, I noticed I need to poke out a couple more little holes here. I forgot to do that. The red doesn't show very well if the holes aren't poked out. And that's the whole purpose of this. Ta-da. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put a glue on this. And we put this together. See how nice it matches size-wise. Perfect. Now, this I want to use dimensionals. And I push my box a little far from me. Oh, there it is. My dimensionals. I put maybe 3. Try to keep it nice and balanced just because it's a circle. And right here. Next, I'm going to put a dimensional on each of my snowflakes. And put one up here. And there we go. And one down here. There. Now we need a little bit of bling. These are the red and green adhesive pearls. They also have silver and gold as well. And this one is succulent. This one right here. But today I'm just going to use the red ones, which are my cherry cobbler. I'm going to put one in the middle of each snowflake. Here. And then one right here. The joy. Last time I used it for the dot, I'm like, yeah, I don't really like that. Okay, there we go. Here's this card. And I'm going to put them down here in the front. Now we're going to work on this one. This one's a little bit more detailed. The snowflakes, as you see, they are gold. How I did that was I used embossing. So I put the stamp in the embossing pad thing. And then I put, well, first of all, I have to use my Glossy Buddy. Can't do that without that. This. It's the little pillows with the stuff in it. Anti-static stuff. Anyways, you pat that on the paper and then you stamp it with the embossing stuff and then you put the glitter on there. Then you heat it and it comes out to a raised gold look. And I just thought with all the gold going on in this thing, I thought, in this series that would add a little bit to it. Okay, so I'm going to make that one. First thing I used was a Jerry Cobbler base. Okay. One of those. Okay. And this one I did horizontally. All right. This one, of course, is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.5, but I'm going to make the crease up on top just to be different. Next, I've got, this is the base. This one would be 5.5 by 4, 5.5, 5.25. This is 5.5. So this is 5.25 by 4. That's going to go down there. I've got this strip. The strip is 3 7/8 by 1 7/8. So it's just a tiny little bit on both sides. I want it like a half a quarter inch. That's basically what it is. Then I have this piece that I cut with that larger one so that it gives me like a doily effect. I did this one in red, and then I did my greeting here. I mean, red. I keep calling it red. Cherry cobbler. And then I did this with cherry cobbler ink to have like that. I also cut out some gold to go behind them. I actually have a whole little bag. I'm a little crazy on the gold because there's Christmas trees in here and the gold looks nice behind them as well, which I believe I showed you in the last video. So this is going to go on here so you can see the gold in there. All right. And then we're going to do that like that. So gold is a little tricky to adhere though, I think. So basically what I do is I go over the solid pieces, because if you go over where the holes are, you're going to make the thing sticky on the front. And nobody wants their card sticky on the front. That's just, yeah. And there we go, in the middle. And then this one goes with here. Wow, I guess I didn't punch any of these out, did I? There. Now we've got little tiny bits of cherry cobbler paper around here. Okay. This one I glued to the top. Like that. You know how well that fits. And then we're going to use a dimension to put it in the center of that one. Or, you know, more than one. A couple of them. And in the center we go. There. Now, oh, the snowflakes. Here's my snowflakes, by the way. The ones that I embossed with gold. All right, I'm going to start putting this together. This is my silicone craft sheet. That's what it's called. And nothing sticks to it. It's nice when you glue something and you think, oh, I forgot something else, and you got to put it down for a minute. This is the way you put it down because it's not going to stick to it. Then you can pick it up and use it again. Okay, pretty good on the first try for me. All right, then we got this little piece. I like this because it's got snowflakes on it, and it's not that obvious, and they're gold. They're glittery. I love glittery paper. I think it just looks really, really cool. So I put this here. Like that. And we grab 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3. These I'm going to put the dimensionals on here. Get my little dimensional pile nice and thick here. There we go. And since they're gold, what I did was I grabbed the gold ones of these on the bottom there. They're shiny, and they just give it a complete look about it. Snowflakes don't have anything shiny in the middle of it in nature, but that's okay. This is a card. You make it look pretty. There we go. Now we need this piece. And this piece I'm just going to glue to the metal. Or, you know what I mean. I'm gluing it so it goes right here. Straighten that up. And we need a little bling on that. And I'm going to put it right up. Try to have the one right on the bottom there. There. And here's our other card. So we've got those two, and we got these two. Okay, if you wish to purchase anything from me, you can look at my Facebook page, and that is Beth's Craft Room, and that'll give you all the information to my, that you want to look at for my website. It's Beth Sinclair at stampinup.net. Thank you for watching. Oh, before we let you go, there is a sale going on. My goodness. Celebration. For every $50 you purchase, you get to purchase or get one of these for free. A bunch of stuff in here. And there's cute little hippopotamus. Says then there's some things you can get for $100 purchase as well. So, and you'd be surprised. You just buy like one stamp set and so forth. You get free stuff. These are really pretty. I have a couple cards I've done on that one. And that's it. And there's actually some really neat things if you want to join. Now, you don't have to sell this. You can be a hobby person. Just get the discount and do it for a hobby. If you just like to make cards. And when you join, you get all kinds of bonuses. You get the free stamp set, and you get this beautiful planner with all these things with it. Full stamp set with things that go with the planner. And oh, yeah. Believe me, I kind of wish I waited till now. This is neat. But anyways, when you sign up, you pick out $99 of anything you want out of the whole catalog. And you get a certain amount free. I believe it's $25 free. Extra stuff, and you don't pay for shipping. And it all comes to you along with a bunch of other goodies. Okay. Now, I'll say thank you for watching. You guys have a nice day.